We've rented a giant Airbnb right next to the Trucker Commission of Inquiry. For the whole 6 weeks, we are going to staff it with Rebel News journalists. We're taking shifts. 15 of our reporters are going to cycle through this Ottawa studio, and we are going to cover the Trucker Commission of Inquiry as carefully and comprehensively as we cover the convoy itself. But I need your help. Please go to truckercommission.com to help me cover the extraordinary costs of this important journalistic mission. The trucker convoy was the greatest force for freedom in Canada during the entire pandemic lockdown. They did more for freedom than any political party, any opposition leader, any judge or court, any mainstream media. And they won, and they did it in a beautiful, peaceful Canadian way, a very patriotic way, with their bouncy castles and hot tubs. It was wonderful, and Trudeau raged against it. He sent his riot police. He declared a form of martial law under the Emergencies Act. He even started to seize the bank accounts of his political opponents, but the truckers won. They made Trudeau blink. And another thing happened is that by using that form of martial law, Trudeau started a process where he now has to answer for it in front of a judicial inquiry. Here's the thing, that inquiry is starting now in Ottawa, and we have to be there every day to cover it as intensively as our Rebel News reporters covered the original trucker convoy in the first place. Because this trucker inquiry, this judicial inquiry, is being used by Trudeau to revise history, to rewrite what happened in February, to try to demonize the truckers in a way that didn't happen. Trudeau lost the first round, and so he has rigged this inquiry to have a do-over. Let me prove it to you. This judge can't inquire into anything he wants. He has to follow a list sent to him by Trudeau himself. Let me read to you the 5 points that this judge is directed by Trudeau to look at. Isn't that quite something? Trudeau can set the terms of his own review. Here's an example of what's going to be done at this commission. The judge has to look into A, the evolution and goals of the convoy and blockades, their leadership, organization, and participants. B, the impact of domestic and foreign funding, including crowdsourcing platforms. C, the impact, role, and sources of misinformation and disinformation, including the use of social media. And there's 2 more points, but those first 3 points, do you see what he's doing? Instead of Justin Trudeau himself being put on trial for his abuse of our civil liberties, he's trying to flip it around and put the truckers on trial. But the truckers didn't destroy our civil liberties. The truckers didn't seize bank accounts or deploy riot horses against unarmed civilians. We have to be there every day during this commission of inquiry to report what's being said, to rebut the lies, and to spread the word, just like Rebel News did during the convoy itself. Rebel News was the most important news source for the entire world during the truckers. In that month, we had 400 million views and impressions of all our videos and stories and social media. That's as much as the state broadcaster, the CBC, gets on any given month. We helped save the truth, and we have to do it again. Here's my plan, and I need your help for it. We have rented an Airbnb right next to the judicial inquiry, and we have turned it into a temporary Ottawa studio. Every day, we're going to live stream the proceedings of this commission of inquiry. We're going to have journalists both inside, we've been accredited, and outside the commission talking to witnesses, talking to lawyers. They're probably going to be protesters. We'll film that too. If you want to know what's going on in the commission of inquiry, you've got to follow it at our specialty website, truckercommission.com. We're not just having a little studio. We are sending, over the course of the next 6 weeks, 15 of our reporters, not all at once. We're going to rotate them through 2, 3, 4 at a time in this Airbnb. All your favorite trucker convoy correspondents, Alexa Lavoie, Lincoln J. In fact, people from other cities at Rebel News are coming to Ottawa. I'm going to be there a lot too. It is our job to tell the truth about the truckers and to stop Justin Trudeau and his hand-rigged commission from revising history. We can't let him get away with it. Justin Trudeau has to answer for his bonfire of our civil liberties. He's trying to push it off onto the truckers and make them explain themselves. But the truckers aren't the ones who seized the bank accounts or deployed riot horses. We need to be there, but it's expensive. This Airbnb for 6 weeks, a big Airbnb like that with 4 bedrooms for our journalists and room for our studio, that's costing us about $15,000 to fly in or drive in our journalists and to keep them going for 6 weeks. That's probably going to be another $15,000 too. We're going to have 15 journalists there. I need your help to cover this. Unlike the CBC state broadcaster, I don't get paid from Justin Trudeau. I can't just call him up and ask for more money. We don't have big advertisers. We've been demonetized. It's 100% up to you. If you think Rebel News did an important job by telling the truth during the trucker convoy, and I think we did, well then please help us tell the truth about this trucker commission. Go to truckercommission.com and chip in to help cover the costs of our Airbnb, our travel, and our 15 truth-telling journalists. You know, the Commission of Inquiry, I want to give them a chance to do the right thing, but so far they're off to a weak start. They sent around this bizarre email to other journalists saying, hey, let's have fun, people. Have fun. This is a deadly serious Commission of Inquiry into what Justin Trudeau did. Have fun. This is not about fun. This is about truth, and it's about justice. And only Rebel News will give that to you. You simply cannot trust the mainstream media. If you want to help me and my 15 journalist friends, go to truckercommission.com. You can follow all of our reports there. You can watch our live stream, see our interviews with the witnesses and the lawyers. And if you feel so moved, please help us cover the costs of this extraordinary journalistic effort. Please go to truckercommission.com. Thank you. We've rented a giant Airbnb right next to the Trucker Commission of Inquiry for the whole 6 weeks. We are going to staff it with Rebel News journalists. We're taking shifts. 15 of our reporters are going to cycle through this Ottawa studio, and we are going to cover the Trucker Commission of Inquiry as carefully and comprehensively as we cover the convoy itself. But I need your help. Please go to truckercommission.com to help me cover the extraordinary costs of this important journalistic mission. Thank you.